With me and Meg Lyth as well on what is a landmark day for Racing to School. John is the Chief Executive of Racing to School. Why is it a landmark day, John? Tell us more.
Well, thanks, Tom. Yes, it's great to be here in sunny Sandown for our 200,000th beneficiary since the charity started in 2001, so on our 21st year. I was hoping to do it last year, but COVID, of course, got in the way the last couple of years. But yes, today, Box Hill School from Dorking have taken us over that threshold of 200,000 beneficiaries, so a great milestone for us.
And it's great that we can talk to Meg because you are one of those beneficiaries. You were introduced to racing as part of Racing to School, and now you are working in racing. Meg, tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so I came here, funny enough, to Sandown 4 years ago, February just gone, with my pony club and had a day with Racing to School. Had a fantastic insight into it. Went home that day, signed up to the British Racing School, been to Emma Lavelle since then.
Oh, great. Literally that day, got home and signed up pretty much.
Yeah, and I got my interview was, I think my interview was the end of August, and I was there by October.
What was it about your introduction at the races that made the difference? Because as you say, you had a pony, you knew a bit about racing before that, but was there something specifically about seeing the action on track that made you go, I'd like to do that?
I always loved watching the National growing up. I always thought, wow, wouldn't that be something else to do? And working with horses was always a future I wanted to go down, but you haven't quite got the stability in like show jumping, eventing as much as I was described to as racing does. So I think once they told me about the benefits of working in racing and the guaranteed of a job and stuff after British Racing School, I think that was just what sold it for me.
What do you think, John, are the biggest barriers to youngsters who come here with regard to making that step up into working in racing?
Well, I think it is such a new thing for them. I mean, we asked the children today, the 65 we've got with us, how many, put your hands up, how many have been racing before? A few did. On a live racing day, a few hands went down. So it's that familiarity. I said to lots of people, you can't just play racing in the playground at lunchtime, right? Like you can with football and cricket. So there is that barrier, but we've got to make it more interesting. We've got to make it, we've got to go out to young people and work a lot harder than other sports do. And I think hopefully Racing to School has been doing that. Meg, of course, is a huge success story. But it's not just about going into work in a yard. It may just be to come as a racegoer. It might be to be a fan of racing TV. It may be to having a better appreciation of horse welfare. Lots of angles in for young people. It's a fun, interesting time to be involved with. So there's lots of ways we can do it. And as I said, we've been doing it for 21 years. We want to do it for another 21, another 400,000, clock up that sort of number.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got to work hard because it's a noisy airspace out there for young people. Their attention span, I speak as a dad, is pretty limited, and we've got to get in there and make it interesting, colourful, like the children we had here today.
What is it, Meg, that you like about working in racing so much? What's the best thing about it?
I think when you ride a horse every day at home and you look after it and you bring it to the races and it wins, I think there's just no better feeling for it, and you see how happy it makes the owners, Emma herself and stuff. You just get such a reward out of it. And just to look after such beautiful animals every day as it is, they're worth a lot of money. To be able such a credit to ride them and be trusted in their care, like that does it for me.
I was going to say who are some of your favourites at home. That feels mean, but who are some of the horses you look after at home?
I've got Killer Clown, Irish Prophecy. He ran a nice race here. Nice young horse called Canty Bay. He's a nice one coming through. Rebel Intentions. I've been very fortunate to sit on Paisley Park as well a few times as well.
You can't beat that, I guess.
No, that's enough for it. Obviously I don't look after him, but I've been fortunate enough to sit on him a few times. But I've got some nice horses. I look after a nice horse on the flat as well, so I'm looking forward to a good summer with him.
So that day when Killer Clown won a few starts ago, for example, what is that feeling like? What's that day like for you?
Well, the best one was when he won at Kempton on Boxing Day. Obviously, there was no crowds, which was a shame, but it was my ITV winner. So going home and looking back at it on the telly, it was like, oh, wow, that's me. It's just a pleasure of a horse to look after as well, and he won in such fashion.
What is there anything that surprises you, John, about when you get kids here, perhaps for the first time, that they are taken aback by? Do you see the looks on some of their faces that they just have no idea this type of thing is out there?
Oh, unquestionably. To see a live horse, and the way we do it, we start work here at 10 o'clock when most people aren't here. They do lots of exercises right around the racecourse, learning about racing. So when it comes to being, seeing horses in the parade ring, the excitement level, you can feel it. They're really seeing it, shouting the jockeys on. Oh yeah, it's a real crescendo for them.
Because I can imagine if you are, of school age and you had no experience. How old are the kids you got here today?
So they're year 7, year 8, so around 12, 13 sort of marker, yeah.
Because it would be quite, they're half a ton of an animal, right? It's quite
absolutely, and young people don't routinely bump into horses, do they? Especially more suburban children don't, let alone a racehorse. So yeah, it's a great experience, and we want them to get excited by that and see that's something accessible for them.
Is this something that you contact schools about, or can schools approach you?
Very much the other way around, really, Tom. I mean, I talk about repeat business a lot, and we do have schools. I mean, this school is not new to us, and certainly they'll want to come back next year. And when I often say when teachers move schools, they take us with them. So we often get emails saying, look, I'm now at another school, I'm a maths teacher here, can I come on a Racing to School day? So we're very lucky in that regard, but of course they can ring us up, get on the website and email, and we'll do our best to accommodate them. We hope to work with 16,000 young people this year, which is just over 400 events. So, we're restricted by the fixture list and term time and all the rest of it when we can work with schools, but we've got to be creative, and we've got to work with pony clubs as Meg was living in the Isle of Wight when she came over, a different Sandown to this one,
Yeah.
But, that's what we've got to do. We've got to work hard to get people interested.
John, great stuff. Great
Thank you
work
so
as
much,
ever.
Tom.
Thanks so much. And Meg, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.